Yeah, in terms of the registers that you're responsible for, how many people have been excluded from the register over the last 12 months?
Around 10% of people leave.
So these are members of the scheme who've been leaving the scheme. Could be retiring, it could be going on to another job.
Yes.
You specifically have excluded them because they're not competent to do the job.
No, 10% leave us. That could be for a range of reasons.
Okay, so how many have been excluded for not being competent?
Around 2% and a bit of that 10%. Those are figures that
Sorry, is that 2% of the membership or 2% of 10%, which is
2% of 10%?
Right, so it's 0.2% then. Right, okay. And from other colleagues?
Can I just describe the process a little bit to put that into context?
Well, fine.
Of the people that apply to us,
no, I'm not talking about people that apply.
No,
I'm talking about the existing members who are excluded because their work is not up to the required standard.
No,
there's a difference between people applying and people who are already members of the scheme.
Indeed.
And are found to be incompetent after they've been through the assessment process.
Yeah, I appreciate
and that's the first thing I'm looking at.
Okay.
But you can, by all means, describe the assessment process.
Well, only in the context that getting onto the scheme is a difficult thing in the first place. So that exclusions happens as part of that.
Right.
So only 43% of people who initially write into us or make an application process through the system to their actual visit and inspection. So, and then they go through their rigorous half-day assessment by our competent people that look at the work that they undertake, and at that point we have around an 83% pass mark. So the idea is that the system itself makes it very clear to people about what we expect in the beginning, and there is some self-selection before they get to that point. So once they're registered with us, they should be, we support their work, we guarantee their work, and they should be good. So we would expect them to stay with us.
Yep.
And yes, if a consumer complaint comes in, or we have concerns about our work, their work, which could be raised by other contractors, we address it and look at it, and people are thrown off the register for those reasons. But back to the consumers having confidence about who turns up at their door, it's better that that process is the bit up front, rather so that we can be confident about the people that are on the registers. That's what I wanted to make that point.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Could I add to that exclusion is only one sanction, and it's important within the processes to recognise that where we have evidence of non-compliance, then there are other things that happen. So you might increase the amount of inspection, you might bring forward assessments. We sometimes do customer services to find out if it's an isolated problem or more widespread. We can set improvement actions in place. They might be sent on training courses or be required to employ different and better resources. We have probational membership, which requires reassessment. We have conditional registration, which requires them to jump through hoops to remain on the register, and they may be suspended for a period of time before coming back onto the register. So whilst you're right to ask about exclusion, and exclusion does happen, it's often in the best interest of the consumer for the improvement actions and other monitoring and other sanctions to take place, so that if there is faulty work, it is rectified, that the improvements are accepted by the enterprise and they go back into the marketplace within a scheme, working competently, rather than outside a scheme, working incompetently.
Okay. Mr. Brett, do you want?
We don't actually run a scheme where stakeholders within the CHR scheme, so the figures that Emma has quoted are relevant.
Okay. Mr. Buckle?
And similar views as Mr. Pratt has just expressed.
Fine.